Hey there, Jag Nation. Welcome to Weekend Warm-Up. I'm your host, Krista McQuarrie with Jeremiah Kane. This week on Weekend Warm-Up, we're going to have Dr. Harrell here to tell us about the Common World program, and also to tell you about our new spin-off show, The Soul of South. All of this and more as we prepare to dive into your weekend. Weekend Warm-Up starts now. Hey Jaguars, welcome back. I'm your host, Princess McQuarrie.
Jeremiah Kane.
Glad to be back again this week.
Yep, good week. Lots of neat stuff last weekend. Football game.
The football game, that was pretty exciting.
Awesome.
It was hot. I heard that a lot of people passed out last week.
Really?
Yeah, I was at the game, but I was on there like up until halftime. And even while I was there was one lady who passed out, and they had to go get the cops, block off the whole walkway, and it was hot.
When I was in the Army, we had to cover events, and one of the things that I had to do a lot of times was give IVs and stuff. People would be passing out.
And that's
not
strange
drinking
because
water.
It was supposed to be 47% chance of rain. It did not rain a drop that day. So that was, I know, and it was a lot of people out there in rain jackets and rain boots.
Oh yeah.
And I felt so bad for the people in rain boots and jackets and coats and long pants because that sun was like killer.
Still, awesome.
Yeah.
Playing Mississippi.
Yeah, sad that we lost. That was
yeah,
sad.
but still, that's a good step in a good direction.
Yeah, I know there's supposed to be like some type of different level team or something like that.
Yeah.
Because from what I saw, those Mississippi guys were knocking them out. Like, they would try to run past them and they just stand there all buff and the boys knock them down. Like, no, you're not getting past. They got like 3 touchdowns in the first half.
Wow.
So I was like, I don't think South has a chance this week. Maybe next game.
Still moving in a good direction.
So I heard y'all been working on a show called Soul of South.
The Soul of South, yes. It's a new JAG TV show. Should be really interesting. We basically we're going to interview students or faculty about their lives, and you don't necessarily have to have some like awesome, you didn't have to like climb a mountain or anything. It's just normal people that do normal things. Just come in and tell us about your life, and we just want to hear your story. And the idea is sort of this unity through people's stories. Kind of showing that, everybody has their different stories, but everybody's also kind of alike at the same time. And that sort of really is, which is true anytime you hear anybody's story. When you really get to know them, you really kind of find out that everybody is kind of, has a lot in common.
A lot in common.
And that is just something a lot of people honestly don't realize until they get to know people, and that's kind of the idea of the show. We want to let people share their stories. Probably going to have some sort of dramatic episodes, and but a lot of them are going to be lighthearted. We're going to try to keep it an even balance. Yeah. I've got 2 hosts. Derek is kind of goofy sometimes, and he can do serious interviews too, but we're going to sort of push him towards the laid-back interviews, and then Erin, she's probably going to do more of the serious interviews, but like I said, it's going to be back and forth. And it's a neat project too. We've based it on this this book, which we're going to have in the second segment. Dr. Harrell is going to come in and tell us more about that, but they have a project on campus through the Student Center called Common Read, Common World. She's going to tell us about that, and that that's based on the book, and we're based on that. So it's kind of all the same thing. So it's just a really neat project, and I'm
It sounds neat and interesting. Do you guys have any idea on when y'all gonna start it?
we're going to start filming next Monday.
Next Monday.
And if anybody wants to be on the show, just you can email JagTV and then put in the subject put in the subject the Soul of South, and here's our email address on the screen.
So is it gonna be like someone emails you their story, or are they gonna actually come in?
Oh yeah, no, they'll
sit
come
down?
come in right here to the studio. Well, they're going to be over by the fireplace.
Yeah.
But and they actually talk to either Aaron or Derek, whoever's doing their interview, and they're interviewed right there, and it should be really neat.
It sounds neat. I hope everything with it goes well. Sounds like a really good idea, and it sounds like you guys have a basic direction on how you're going to take it.
I'm excited about this show.
So I'm hoping everyone responds to it. Well, have you guys already started sending out promotional emails or anything about it?
We hadn't sent out the emails yet, but we have got a couple guests already scheduled.
Lined up.
But of course we're looking for more. It's going to be every week, so of course we'll need bunches, and it's going to be 2 a week. So
sounds interesting. Sounds like a lot of work too.
Does sound like a lot of work.
You're doing multiple TV shows now.
Yeah, I got weekend warm up and that. But
you have to fight for your attention on this show.
this is still my number one right here.
That sounds good. So I heard there are sporting events coming up this weekend.
There are. Of course, last weekend we had the big one, but in sports this weekend, first we have the women's soccer. On Friday at 7 at the Cage, Jags will play North Florida. Then on Sunday at 11:30, it'll be Jags versus Francis Marion. In women's volleyball, Jags versus Georgia State at 12 noon in the Jaguar Gym. And in football, everybody loves them, Jags versus Georgia Southern at 6:30 on Saturday at Lad People Stadium. So.
Sounds interesting. And I also heard that Due South, they're doing an up-and-coming photo competition.
Yep.
Due South is our sister station. It's hosting an event. It's a photo contest on Who's Wardrobe, which is our new president.
Yes.
Yeah. If you spot him, ask him a question, talk to him, get to know him, and then he'll allow you to take a picture with them. And with that picture, you post it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like, and you hashtag it Who's Wardrobe. And from that, they're gonna choose a winner from posting the picture, and I heard that there's supposed to be a neat prize for it. So if you see President Waldrop anywhere, stop him, ask him a question, smile at him, take a picture with him, and you might get a nice prize out of it.
Yep.
It sounds interesting.
Due South, that's our, like you said, our sister magazine, part of Jag Media.
As a whole.
Yes.
I know Jag Media is the Prowl, Due South.
The Vanguard and us.
Okay.
Vanguard isn't.
Big
It's
happy
Prowl's the
family.
radio. Jag TV is, of course, TV. Due South is the magazine, and the Vanguard is the newspaper.
Which that's new, isn't this our first year starting it?
Jag Media, yeah, all those components have been there, but this is the first year we're really getting together and being more unified than before.
And isn't the Prowl Radio, aren't they like an actual TV, like an actual radio station now or something?
They are fixing to get an antenna. Yes, they're very close. I'm not exactly sure when, but they'll be broadcasting to, of course, the whole campus, but actually the surrounding area as well. I'm not sure how far
The radius
out.
is gonna go.
Yeah, but it'll go a little ways away from campus.
Sounds exciting. I'm ready. I feel like the station as a whole is growing, and I'm happy for Jag Media as a whole. So,
Yeah.
okay. So, guys, we're going to cut to a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to be here with Dr. Harrell. See you when you get back. Welcome, Jaguars. We're here today with Dr. Harrell, here to discuss the Common Read, Common World program based off the NPR version of Listening is an Act in Love. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So what exactly is the Common Read, Common World program?
The Common Read, Common World program, thank you for asking, is in its second year, and it's what it says. It's an intentioned common read book for the entire campus. So last year we had Half the Sky, turning oppression into opportunity for women worldwide. And this year the book selection is Listening is an Act of Love. It is based on NPR's StoryCorps project. And the premise behind the book is that everybody has a story to tell. It's not just famous people, celebrities, but that everybody has something in their life that is significant and of value to share, and that other people should listen to that.
So is it, as far as the South program goes, is it just like a story that happens on campus, or is it I attend South and I have a life story I want to tell?
It's both. And that's a really good question. I mean, what we want to do over the year is obviously get everybody to read the book. And my administrative assistant read it last night in an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a quick read. And we want to be able to gather all of the community stories, faculty, staff, and students, from either your experiences here on campus since you've been here, or from what you bring with you, because that makes you who you are. So we hope to get a compilation of all of those in what we call Telling South Stories. And our hope is that at the end of the year, we have enough stories recorded, which we should, to be able to kind of edit down to get our own book together. And that would be very exciting for us.
So is there a certain theme of stories everyone should bring?
Well, and that's also a good question. The book is separated into 5 different chapters: Home and Family, Journeys, Fire and Water, Struggle, and Love and Life are pretty much the main categories. And we just ask people to find somebody that they've always wanted to know more about, whether it's their grandparent, their friend in class, their faculty member, me, no, I'm just kidding, but, or somebody they've just met, and to dig a little bit deeper to find what that connection is. So that's our hope, is that they timed that, but it could be about anything they want to talk about.
That sounds nice. So is there a certain process when you walk in? Is it like a serious interview, like we're going to sit down, press play on this recorder, and you just talk to us?
Okay. Well, and that goes into the next piece of things, is that we have, just like last year, a lot of programs and events based on the book. One of the biggest things that we're doing is we are going to record the stories of people that want to do that. We're starting with some open sessions tomorrow. They're already taken in the Student Center. But we're going to be working with the library. They have a new Skype room that we're going to have reserved. What?
Tomorrow, you mean last Wednesday, right?
Last Wednesday, right, yeah. Well, every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the library, probably starting at the beginning of October, in the afternoon, students are going to be we're still trying to figure it out, to set aside some time. That's going to be a dedicated space for students and faculty staff to go in and record. And the ones that we're going to do in the Student Center on a monthly basis, probably on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 2, we will have the Prowl staff will be there with some recording equipment, because what we want to do is everybody that does a recording to take a copy with them. So we record right there, whether it's in a digital media form or they take a hard CD with them. So they'll have a copy of it, but that we'll also be able to archive it for ourselves. So the recording sessions will be throughout the year, and we'll advertise them and hopefully get a lot of participation. But we'll also have a lot of other programs associated with the book.
So do y'all already have in plan how the book is going to be laid out? Oh, we want it out by this time?
No, I don't. I think right now it's just focusing on gathering people's interest in the book. Once you read it, you see that it's just something that resonates with everybody, because you can find a part of your life in it. And so hopefully that'll inspire you to want to find out more about somebody else, or have them find out more about you. And so I think from those stories, we'll see what we get, and we'll see what South stories look like. So yeah, that's a good question.
It sounds exciting.
I know, it sounds like a really neat project.
I've seen a couple of them on the calendar, and I've always wondered, what do they mean?
Right.
I don't want to walk into a recording studio and then I get freaked out and don't know what to say. So.
And we're going to put some more information out there. Our Common Read website is really thorough. We're on social media too. I know that JAG TV is going to be doing some associated programming. The Prowl is doing a show on Tuesday nights at 5 o'clock called Memoirs of a Jaguar. We have a Facebook movement that's kind of based on Humans of New York called Jaguars of South Alabama. that's trying to get, well, some people might not want to do a full recording. Maybe we can stop them on the street and ask them about their experience as a person. And so students are really running that, and it's gained some traction. And so, again, we'll see what it looks like. And then we're going to bring in programs throughout the year that show what it means to listen and to storytell in different ways. So we're going to have, in October, at the end of October, work with Fry Galliard, who is our writer in residence here, to bring in a songwriter to talk about music as storytelling. Oh, wow. And then we're going to have Fry do some readings from his book, what it goes into writing as storytelling, because he does a lot of nonfiction. We're going to have survivors of sexual assault and violence come in and share their story about those things, and just really framing everything as what is listening, and what does a story look like, and how do you tell a story.
So is it gonna be like, you bring a completed story, like I've been through this, it's over, now I tell my story, or could someone who hasn't necessarily been through something tell their story? What
would be your example? What do you mean?
Like right now I'm dealing with an issue and I just want to talk about it.
I don't know if it's more like a counseling session, probably not. And I don't mean to be flippant about it, but I think it's really kind of based on whether your friend, or maybe Jeremiah would say, let's sit down, I've really wanted to know about when you grew up. I don't think I know much about you from before you got here and we met in college. It's those things. So probably something, a story that would be evoked from something that's already happened.
Well, that sounds good. Right now we're going to cut to commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have more for you guys. See you later. Welcome back, guys. Now to just wrap some things up, we just got through discussing Common Read, Common World. Is a program here at South based off of the book, the NPR version of Listening is an Act of Love. So I know you were saying you guys had social medias.
We do, and you can follow us at USA Common Read, Common World on Instagram. We're mostly on Twitter and on Facebook, and our website, which is SouthAlabama/Common Read, keeps up with everything. You can find out what events are coming up on all three of those, where to get the book. It's available in the library for checkout, for sale in our USA bookstore. And we really want to get other people engaged and involved and tweet and post about their stories. We're also doing a Facebook group called Jaguars of South Alabama, which is based on the Humans of New York movement on Facebook, and really trying to get some folks kind of casually talking about their stories. And if they want to record a session, they can email us at commonread@southalabama.edu, or look out on the calendar and on our social media for when they can sign up.
Do you have to set an appointment to?
Our hope is for the times in the library, which will be Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays in the afternoon, and on the week, and I hope at least one day that, they would have to sign up. We're going to hopefully have some times where it'd be just kind of walk up. There'll probably be an hour every day just for walk-ins.
Just for walk-ins. Well, that sounds exciting.
It is.
I hope it all goes well.
Thank you.
Now we're going to throw things over to Jeremiah with your weekend weather.
Thanks, Princess. Now, for Friday, it's mostly sunny with a high near 91. Northeast winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 69, east winds around 5 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 88, east winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming southeast in the afternoon. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low around 69. Sunday, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny with a high near 89. Sunday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy with a low around 70. All right, Princess, back to you.
All right there, Jag Nation. Now here's Courtney McDonald with your question of the week.
Hey y'all, it's Courtney McDonald filming this week's Question of the Week. The question that we have selected for this week, with Mississippi State and South Alabama playing last weekend, our question is, did you attend the game? And if so, do you feel that the outcome of the game will affect student involvement and student school spirit?
No, I think that students will still come. I mean, even though we didn't get the outcome that we wanted, I think people will still come out and support us no matter what.
What about you? Did you attend the game?
I did.
How did you like it? Was it a great atmosphere?
Everyone was really excited, so that was cool. I've never been to a football game like that. Like the high school games weren't that exciting.
Do you feel that the outcome will affect the student involvement?
Not really the outcome. I mean, that was just a huge game, but I mean, like, I definitely still think people will go.
Steven Spears?
Did you attend the South Alabama-Mississippi State game last weekend?
I did. I actually, I worked it for the radio station, so I was up in the press area, and I got that experience, and I also came down and sat in the stands with all the students, so I got kind of a taste of both worlds of the game.
Well, that's awesome. Do you feel that the outcome of the game is going to affect student involvement and student school spirit?
I really do, actually, because if I had just been there as like just a fan, I mean, we ended up leaving by halftime because it was so hot, and we probably would have stayed if the game was closer. So I think a combination of kind of a letdown of the game and just the whole situation in the stadium, it'll probably affect. I know I heard a lot of people saying I'm not coming back, so I think it will.
Mia. Dejan.
Ashley.
Okay, girls. So did y'all attend the game this past weekend at South Alabama-Mississippi State?
Ma'am.
Yes.
Do y'all feel that the outcome will affect student involvement and student school spirit?
Yep.
You do? How so?
Because it was 38-4. Like, hot out there, really hot. And we was like having school spirit and stuff, and they lost.
How do you feel about it?
It'll make it feel like, you know, the team doesn't out there like really suck like that bad, but people still come out and support. It's still a thing that everybody still come out and support.
I feel like it could go both ways. Some people will still support regardless and some won't.
All right, thank y'all so much. Did you attend the South Alabama-Mississippi State game this past weekend?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you feel that the outcome will affect student involvement and student school spirit?
Well, it really shouldn't. The outcome, I mean, we just had a pretty good game, but like for it like to affect student involvement, we should actually at the outcome, we should actually like be more able to support our team for next time.
I don't think so because the team is still growing and people are supportive of that in itself. So.
What's your name?
Bradley.
Jacob.
All right, so did y'all attend the game this past weekend, the South Alabama-Mississippi State?
Yes, I did.
You did? Do y'all feel that the outcome will affect student school spirit and student involvement?
With the exception of Greek life, yes, because a lot of the Greeks like to go and tailgate, so they go regardless of the outcome. But I feel like a lot of the student population it did because we lost so badly and it was really hot.
I mean, I think it will, and I certainly hope it does, because just imagine how great the school would be if every game was that kind of turnout. So I hope the weather and the fact that we lost doesn't affect people coming back.
What's your name?
Jesse Coffea.
Okay, Jesse, with South playing Mississippi State last weekend, did y'all happen to see any change in sales with all of your school spirit items?
We sold close to $100,000 worth of school stuff just for the game.
Wow, that's awesome. Did you attend the game?
I did.
Do you feel that the outcome will affect student involvement and affect the school spirit?
I think since everybody came out and the team looked good, and I feel like there's going to be a whole lot more people coming to the games now, and just in general.
Thanks so much for all of your great answers. Tune in next week where we'll be going back around campus asking more questions and getting your answers. This is Courtney McDonald. Back to you, Princess.
All right, Jack Nation, that's all we have for this week on the show. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you next week. I'm Princess Damaquari.
I'm Jeremiah King.
And we'll see you next week when we dive into your weekend. Bye.